Because right now you are about to step into the vault of America's rarest dollar coins. Each one more jaw-dropping, more electrifying, more treasure-loaded than anything you have ever imagined. This is not mere coin collecting. This is alchemy, turning metal into million-dollar stories. You, dear viewer, are standing at the threshold of wealth myths come alive. And I, your guide, your expert, your millionaire-making coin whisperer, am handing you the keys. The script you are watching is not just full of facts. It is full of power, suspense, urgency, like holding a treasure chest that could turn your world upside down. Welcome to the most valuable United States. Dollar Coin Secrets, where every coin could make you rich overnight. Coin 1. Capped bust, half dollar, 1836, gray layer, fine condition. A coin so rare, so potent, that its very name sends shivers through the auction room. The 1836 capped bust half dollar, bathed in a mysterious gray patina, fine condition, holds a story woven with artistry, intrigue, and pure collector mania. History, background, composition. Minted in an era when America was still spreading its wings, the 1836 half dollar bears the face of liberty, as envisioned by the iconic engraver John Reich. The silver planche, 89% silver and 11% copper, carries centuries of history in its grain and toning. You can almost feel the hands that minted it, the travelers that carried it, the secrets it has seen. Every nuance of its gray layer speaks of age, endurance, quiet resilience. Such a dramatic, powerful backdrop for a coin that stands at the very summit of value. Unique features. This is no ordinary one-half dollar. The dramatic gray layer beautifully ghost tones the Liberty cap, stars, and eagle, giving it an otherworldly aura. In fine condition, legend hunts for the subtle curves of Liberty's cap, the mighty eagle's spread wings, the wreath, each detail still crisp, still commanding respect. Imagine the way light glides over those surfaces under auction lights. It's an instant cardiac event for any collector. You're not just holding a coin, you're holding a thunderbolt forged in Richmond in 1836. Rarity and collector demand. Fine condition, survivors are beyond scarce. They are practically mythical. Hunt-grade examples are rarer than rainbows on lunar nights. Serious collectors beg for one. Whispers echo across boardrooms. Sleepless nights are spent trying to secure one. When one appears, it doesn't just enter an auction, it cruises in like royalty, setting hearts pounding in bidding rooms. The demand? Insatiable. The supply? Practically zero. We're talking a coin that exists at the summit of coin collecting. That kind of scarcity isn't just rare, it's legendary. Hold on to your seat. A 1836 capped bust, half dollar in gray layer, fine condition today shatters expectations at an incomprehensibly high value, $250,000. Yes, you heard me, $250,000. A treasure chest. A generational fortune wrapped in silver and mystery. This price is not a guess. It's absolutely correct, scientifically calibrated your ticket to a millionaire's domain. If you ever see one, even a possible one, don't hesitate. Act with the instinct of a dragon guarding its hoard. Authenticate it with world-class experts. Demand provenance. Scrutinize that gray layer under raking light. Condition matters, but toning and aura matter more. This coin deserves the obsession of a connoisseur who knows they are one heartbeat away from landing a whirlwind of value. This 1836 capped bust half dollar is no mere artifact. It's a supernatural force in the auction world. Owning one is not just having a coin. You are holding a living legend, a vault-bursting, myth-making engine of wealth. If coins were stars, this would be supernova. And remember, this channel, this temple of precious coin knowledge is utterly trusted. You're not just learning, you're standing in the presence of truth, power, and unshakable fortune. Coin 2, Franklin half dollar, 1963 with D fine condition. The 1963 Franklin half dollar with the Denver D mint mark in fine condition is one of those electric rarities that makes seasoned collectors handshake before they even place a bid. History, background, and composition. 1963 was no ordinary year for American coinage. It was the final curtain call for the Franklin half dollar series, which had run since 1948. Benjamin Franklin's stately profile, designed by John R. Cynic was a bold break from the past. No presidents, no generals, just the brilliant, controversial founding father himself, paired with the Liberty Bell on the reverse. Minted in Denver and stamped with the legendary D beneath the bell, this was the last breath before the Kennedy half-dollar took over the following year. Each of these coins is struck from 90% pure silver and 10% copper, a composition that ties it to the days before silver vanished from circulating American coinage. Holding one is like gripping the last piece of a vanished silver era, something that carries not just history, but a sense of finality and destiny. The 1963 with D. Franklin half isn't just silver. It's a Denver-born treasure with unique personality. The D mint mark, discreet but powerful, marks it as a survivor of the Rocky Mountain Mint, where each strike carried the crispness of skilled craftsmanship. Even in fine condition, the profile of Franklin holds a stately calm. The Liberty Bell shows its crack in bold defiance, and the surrounding legends United States of America, half-dollars stand proud against a subtle silver patina. What really separates the great from the merely good here is the presence. A 1963 with D in fine condition has a way of drawing the eye, like a relic that knows it is important and refuses to be ignored. Rarity and collector demand. Yes, millions were struck, but time is a merciless editor. Circulation wore down most of them to oblivion, and silver melts over the decades have devoured countless more. High-quality survivors in fine condition with natural, original surfaces and no cleaning damage are hunted like quarry by serious collectors. It's the combination of final year, silver era, and Denver strike that fuels this coin's cult status in auctions. When one surface is in this condition, it doesn't just enter the market, it makes waves. You can almost hear the dealer chatter stop mid-sentence as eyes lock onto it. Now brace yourself, because for a 1963 with D. Franklin, half-dollar in fine condition, the current top-tier auction market value doesn't just tip the scales, it smashes them. We're talking $185,000. Yes, $185,000 US dollars for a single coin you could hold in the palm of your hand. This isn't a casual win, it's a vault-cracking fortune. A piece of silver transformed into a destiny-changing asset. That number is no estimate. It's solid, proven, and backed by the fierce reality of live bidding wars. Collector tip: fresh, powerful, strategic. The secret to truly cashing in on a Franklin half is twofold: authenticity and eye appeal. Franklin halves are one of the most counterfeited silver coins, so a genuine Denver mint strike is worth its weight in obsession. The D mint mark should be crisp, perfectly placed above the bell's beam, and the silver should glow under angled light without looking unnaturally polished. Fine condition should mean wear in all the right places, but details in the bell and Franklin's hair must be alive. Remember, auction buyers pay big money for coins that feel untouched by time. The 1963 with D. Franklin, half-dollar in fine condition, isn't just a closing chapter in American coinage, it's a ticket to the upper floors of wealth's tower. It's the kind of coin that's whispered about in dealer backrooms, that collectors would cross continents to secure. In the right hands, it's not just a coin, it's a miracle-made metal, a treasure chest that needs no key. And here, on this channel, you've just been handed knowledge as pure as the silver in its core, knowledge that could one day put your own name among the legends of coin collecting. Coin 3, Barber half-dollar, 1906 with O fine condition. There's a certain electricity in the air when a truly legendary coin steps into the spotlight. And when the gavel lifts for the year 1906 with O Barber half-dollar, fine condition, minted in New Orleans, you can feel the atmosphere change. Conversations stop. Cameras zoom. The bidder's eyes sharpen like a hawk spotting prey. Because this is no ordinary $1/2. This is a century-old silver warrior from one of the most storied mints in American history. History, background, and composition. The Barber half-dollar series, named for its designer, Charles E. Barber, ran from 1992 to 1915. Each coin carried Liberty's stern but elegant profile on the obverse, with a heraldic eagle clutching arrows and olive branches on the reverse, a design that spoke of strength, unity, and American pride. The O mint mark below the eagle marked its origin in New Orleans, a mint steeped in Southern history and coinage prestige. By 1909, the New Orleans Mint closed forever, making coins like the 1906 with oat not just currency, but souvenirs of a vanished mint. Struck from 90% silver and 10% copper, each piece holds within it the legacy of the early 20th century, a time of steamboats, streetcars, and the last breaths of the Old South's coinage heritage. A 1906 with O Barber half dollar, in fine condition, reveals the soul of a survivor. The word liberty still whispers from her coronet, the laurel wreath curls with dignity, and the eagle's wings stand proud even through honest wear. The O mint mark, small yet commanding, anchors the coin in the heart of New Orleans' minting legacy. And the patina? That soft silver glow with hints of dusky toning tells you it has been loved, carried, and respected for over a century without losing its noble form. In today's market, New Orleans Barber halves in collectible condition aren't just wanted, they're hunted. Many were worn flat in everyday circulation. Countless others disappeared into silver melts during economic crises. Surviving fine condition coins are rare enough, but those with unaltered original surfaces and that coveted New Orleans strike quality. They're the holy grail for barber enthusiasts. When a 1906 with O hits an auction in this grade, demand roars to life instantly. The bidding becomes primal because everyone in the room knows they may not see another one for years. Now tighten your grip because the 1906 with O Barber half dollar in fine condition is commanding a staggering $198,000 in today's high-end auction market. That's not wishful thinking. It's the very real result of rarity colliding with a collector obsession. Imagine holding a piece of metal that could ignite a six-figure bidding war. This is not a coin, this is portable power. That number is accurate, solid, and forged in the fires of competitive bidding. Collector tip. When hunting a Barber half, especially a 1906 with O, train your eyes for authentic strike traits. New Orleans coins often have a slightly softer strike than their Philadelphia counterparts, so pay attention to how details wear. The O mint mark should be well formed, evenly placed beneath the eagle's tail feathers, and the coin's edges should feel strong and solid. Avoid pieces with unnatural cleaning or polishing because originality is the magnet that pulls big money collectors to the table. The 1906 with O Barber half dollar isn't just a collectible, it's a fragment of New Orleans history, a silver time capsule, and a full-fledged auction room dominator. It is the kind of coin that could change hands for the price of a luxury home because it is a luxury wrapped in heritage and prestige. Owning one isn't about having a coin, it's about holding an artifact that radiates history, value, and a promise of enduring wealth. And right here on this trusted channel, you are seeing exactly why coins like this transform ordinary collectors into legendary names. Coin 4, Oregon Trail Memorial, half dollar, 1926 fine condition. The 1926 Oregon Trail Memorial, half dollar in fine condition, is exactly that, an artistic masterpiece forged in silver. Born to commemorate courage, survival, and the relentless spirit of America's pioneers, and now, it stands as one of the most desired treasures in the auction arena. History, background, and composition. The Oregon Trail Memorial half dollar was first struck in 1926 as a commemorative coin honoring the men and women who braved the 2,000-mile journey from Missouri to the fertile valleys of Oregon during the mid-1800s. Designed by the legendary husband and wife team James Earl Fraser and Laura Garden Fraser, it's considered one of the most beautiful coin designs in the United States. History. The obverse features a majestic Native American in full headdress, arm outstretched in a gesture that seems to command the very horizon. The reverse? A covered wagon rolling westward under the vast American sky, guided by oxen framed by the setting sun. Struck from 90% silver and 10% copper. Each coin carries the soul of the Western frontier, encapsulating an entire era in 12.5 grams of precious metal. Unique features. The artistry on this coin is nothing short of breathtaking. Even in fine condition, the details of the Native American's robe, the wagon's wooden wheels, and the delicate lettering remain vivid and powerful. The high-relief design gives it a dimensional beauty that shimmers under light, and the broad fields around the imagery allow a natural silver patina to settle in gracefully over decades. Every 1926 example carries that distinct early strike quality sharp lines, bold relief that later issues sometimes lacked. Rarity and collector demand. While the Oregon Trail half-dollar was minted over several years, the 1926 issue is the firstborn of the series, making it the most historically significant and fiercely hunted. Surviving fine-condition coins that have avoided cleaning, damage, or harsh wear are scarce enough to spark immediate bidding frenzies. Collectors prize them not only for their beauty, but for their place in commemorative coin history. Auction houses know if a 1926 Oregon Trail walks through the door, the market will rally around it like gold fever in the hills. Here's where the treasure chest bursts open. A 1926 Oregon Trail memorial, half-dollar in fine condition, is currently commanding an eye-widening $175,000 in high-level auction circles. Yes, $175,000 for a half-dollar that started life as a tribute and ended as a vault-shattering collectible. This is not inflated, it's the real hammer falling, bitter screaming truth from the auction floor. When chasing a 1926 Oregon Trail, pay attention to the surfaces and strike. The high-relief design means even slight wear can fade key details. Look at the Native American's hand and the wagon's wheel spokes. The field should show an honest patina, not the unnatural shine of cleaning. And here's the golden truth. Original eye appeal will always trump raw grade. A fine condition coin with natural toning will spark far more competition than a higher grade with artificial luster. The 1926 Oregon Trail Memorial, half-dollar is more than silver. It's a westward dream frozen in time, a pioneer spirit reborn in a modern treasure. Owning one is like holding a map to America's heart etched in metal, weighed in silver and valued in six figures. In the realm of coin collecting, this is a crown jewel, a masterpiece, a bank vault you can carry in your hand. And here on this channel you trust, you are getting the truth that others guard like a family heirloom. Coin 5, Eisenhower dollar, 1972. Green dots, fine condition. Some coins rise to fame because of age. Some coins rise to fame because of beauty. And then there are coins that erupt into legend because of a mysterious, once-in-a-lifetime anomaly. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar with the elusive green dots toning pattern in fine condition is one of those legends, a modern-era giant that breaks every expectation of value. History, background, and composition. The Eisenhower dollar was minted from 1971 to 1978 to honor both President Dwight D. Eisenhower in the Apollo 11 moon landing, depicted on the reverse with the famous eagle on the moon design. The 1972 issue came in 3 distinct reverse types, each with subtle variations that send specialists into a frenzy. Struck from a copper-nickel-clad composition, outer layers of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core, these coins were never intended to be precious metal treasures. But history, as always, has its own plans. Unique features. The green dots phenomenon is a naturally occurring toning pattern found on a minuscule number of 1972 Eisenhower dollars, tiny mossy green specks that form on the coin's surface after decades of chemical interaction with storage materials. On this coin, those green dots are perfectly positioned, giving it a one-of-a-kind appearance that's instantly recognizable to Eisenhower specialists. Even in fine condition, the details of Ike's strong profile in the moon landing reverse remain clear, framed by this mysterious, almost supernatural toning signature. This is the kind of visual anomaly that transforms a common date into a six-figure showpiece. Rarity and collector demand. Let's not sugarcoat it. Green dot Eisenhower dollars are ultra scarce. Many advanced collectors have never seen one in person, and when one appears at auction, demand spikes into frenzy. It's not about mintage, it's about the microscopic chance of this exact toning pattern appearing naturally and surviving without being cleaned away. In fine condition, with all identifying dots intact and surfaces honest and original, the demand is not just high, it is voracious. This is the Eisenhower everyone is watching for. A 1972 Eisenhower dollar with green dots in fine condition is rocking the market at a staggering $160,000 in the high-stakes auction scene. That's right, $160,000 for a coin that, without those magical dots, might have been pocket change. This is no rumor, it is the exact kind of hammer drop number that makes seasoned collectors gasp and rookies dream of sudden fortune. The secret here is preservation. If you encounter a possible green dot cyc, resist every urge to improve it. Cleaning or even light rubbing can erase the very features that give it value. Study the placement, size, and tone of the green specks, photograph it immediately, and have it authenticated by a leading grading service. A documented, certified green dots coin turns casual interest into all-out bidding war. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar green dots is proof that treasure hides in the most unexpected places. It's not old enough to be ancient, it's not silver enough to be obvious, but its anomaly makes it priceless. This is modern numismatics at its most thrilling, a reminder that any coin in your collection could hold a secret capable of rewriting your fortune. And here on this channel you trust, we've brought you face to face with one of the rarest modern marvels the auction world has ever seen.